Okay, everyone. Hello and welcome, real estate professionals. Thanks for joining our monthly Agent Advantage webinar. My name is Kurt Klaus, and we do these webinars on the first Wednesday of each month. They are brought to you by our Agent Advantage website and the entire RATE family of companies. Agent Advantage, for those that are not part of the site already, is our no-cost website for all of our real estate agent referral partners across the country. There we have a marketing CRM site. We have lots of coaching and free webinars just like this one. There's a referral tool and also access to your loan officer of choice. Agent Advantage is all about you, the real estate agent. And again, no cost, so check out Agent Advantage. There's a version for each company, agents.rate.com for rate, agents.grarate for guaranteed rate affinity, and we also have versions, branded versions for all of our JVs and all of our companies, so check out Agent Advantage. We also have a Facebook page, so if you want to click the QR code, it's a closed group. You can request to join our Agent Advantage Insider page, and there you will get notices on upcoming webinars. Again, we do these each month. Agent Advantage is all about promoting agent excellence. Anything we can do to help you. We do social media tips. We have top agents from across the country talking about their success and sharing their best practices. And we also talk about, our products, and that is what we are going to do today. Our title and topic today is how to expand your business and help more of your buyers with our large selection of financing options. So these webinars, again, are all about helping you, the agents, so you can help your clients. And we want to share, we don't want you to miss any opportunities. So for you to be the expert and for you to be aware of all the creative ways and unique products, and we'll touch on a bunch, so please take notes. We want you to be able to enable more of your buyers to close on more homes so they can achieve their dream of home ownership. So again, ask questions. We love them. Put them in the chat. We'll save a couple minutes at the end. Plan on 45 minutes or less for this webinar. But we think that you at least know one or will know a potential buyer that you can help in the future by learning some of the information that we will be going through today. So nobody knows more about products and nobody gets more excited about products than our EVP, Kate Amor, who is our head of products here for all the RATE family of companies. Tons of experience, tons of energy. We are always thrilled and grateful to have Kate on for this webinar. How are you, Kate? Again, thanks for joining us and our real estate agents for this month's webinar.
Awesome. Super excited to be here and looking forward to this presentation.
Okay, I will duck off. I'll start with your agenda and I will let you dive right in. Again, thank you. And again, if you have questions, anyone, use that questions chat in the GoToWebinar. We're happy to get to those, but we will save a couple minutes at the end.
Yeah. So I'm going to be hopping off of camera here in a second, but I want to tell everyone today we're going to be covering what is unique about agency, government, our affordable products, our non-agency jumbo section. We have some awesome things in what we like to call non-QM. We also have some unique products and then cost savings features that are going to help you save deals. And it's going to allow you to close more purchases. And so we're going to get into that today and talk about some of the awesome ways in which we're able to help empower you to make a difference. So let's move on to our next slide here. And I'm going to talk about agency and government. On the next slide, we get into all the different product features and benefits. So I think what really makes a difference here is when not just a normal conforming loan, but when you're looking and thinking about how am I going to get a deal done and really simplify things. And I think a lot of people forget that conforming products can come with really expansive guidelines. And that's one of the benefits of really thinking about that, is that we have a lot of different expansive credit guidelines. We have no down payment options. And then we're also able to do really awesome grant programs in excess of $7,000. And then my favorite part about this is we're going to be able to deliver it all with industry leading turn times. We're able to get to clear to close in 10.9 days. And one of my favorite things about all of this is not only are you getting it fast, not only are you getting it with the least amount of money down, most expansive credit, but we also happen to have a lot of different unique products and programs that are going to make a real difference. One of the places that we see a lot of success is really around our permanent and temporary buy down options, which are going to lower payments for your borrowers. And on future slides, I'm going to show that to you. And then we're also able to pair a lot of really cool features with this, like green living, manufactured housing, a variety of different ARM products in a 10, 7, or 5-year term, co-ops, and then we also have purchase CMAs and even Texas 50A6, which is really nice to have. And then as you can see on the side here, we have every single product and program. So it's not just your regular conforming, but we have a lot of first-time home buyer programs in Home Ready First, One Down, which is our proprietary down payment assistance. And then we also have a bevy of renovation programs that are designed for green improvements. So let's say you have a client that you're talking to and they're like, I'd love this place if we could just update the appliances. Guess what? We've got a program that'll allow you to do that. And then we also have construction to perm. And so I just think it's really important to know that all these different types of programs are out there. Down payment assistance, green, efficient living, the ability to do them with solar financing, just a lot of different varieties. And with the agencies increasing the FHFA limit to 806 and then 1.2 million in some of our high cost areas, this is such a competitive option. All right, let's move on to the next one. So I'm going to talk about government products because I think everybody, conforming is the name of the game. And I think everybody's very familiar with the normal conforming, but I think an often overlooked product and program are our government suite. And I want to remind everyone that the government products are amazing. And one of the benefits of those are low interest rates. And these products are amazing for well-qualified borrowers too. There's lower interest rates than we offer on conforming loans often. And so this is an often overlooked opportunity. When you see FHA come over on a purchase contract, you think, oh no, it's got credit issues. And I'm here to tell you, no, people are choosing it because it's got lower interest rates. The interest rates are amazing. And we're able to get those loans closed on average in less than 15 days, which is super impressive. And so these are just reasons to think, hey, you know what? I'm going to say yes to that purchase offer because guess what? It's a well-qualified borrower. And here are some of the benefits of this program. Your person who's purchasing it only has to put 3.5 down. And there is more opportunity to have expansive credit. So if you do have someone with credit issues, it could be a cool program. But truthfully, most of them end up there because they want a low rate. And guess what? We can also do renovations up to $75,000 on those. So if you see FHA, I got to tell everyone, I want to dispel the myth that FHA is just a credit repair product because it's not. It is an awesome program with really low interest rates. And you can put additional cool features into it, like a buy down using a seller concession, which is going to increase the purchasing power for your person who's looking to buy that home. And I will show you guys later a really cool slide that illustrates that and makes it really easy to understand the benefits. And then one of the other things I love about this is that we also have a 203H disaster loan, which depending on where you are in the country, on the coast, in California, The 203H disaster loan is a really amazing program that could be super helpful in a place that's been impacted by wildfires, and it is a purchase program as well. We offer those up to $1.2 million. So think about that if you're a realtor in Florida, along the coast, in California, the West Coast, anywhere that maybe has been impacted by natural disasters. These are the types of products and programs that we're able to offer. And I want to remind everybody, look at how fast our closing times are on these. So this is not the government loan of yesteryear. When you pair it with our industry leading technology, this is going to be something different for you and really help make a difference. Again, we also can do manufactured housing, energy efficient. Now, one of my other favorite features here is VA. We are the #1 VA lender in the country. And I want to point out to everybody, we also have a beautiful product called Zero Down for Heroes. And we're going to have 100% financing. We have no minimum FICOs on that. And then we also have no lender fees for our veterans. And I think that's super important and is such an amazing program that we love to put veterans in because we're really able to help the very people who help our country. And then last but not least, USDA. I think a lot of people would be surprised to know that most suburbs are eligible for USDA. USDA allows 100% financing. So it's not something that you want to ignore. If a borrower is eligible for that, definitely want to take that because again, these are just all ways to offer really low interest rates to help that person be able to get into a bigger house, have more purchasing power, and it's just such an amazing underlooked product. All right, let's cruise on to the next slide. Now, I've got some really cool FHA wins here, and I just want to show everybody how high FHA loan limits are. So in LA, they're at 1.2, Boston 914, New York 1.2, and in Chicago 524. So I just want to remind everyone that those are available for higher loan amounts. And when we look at where interest rates could be on one of these, they're pretty amazing. And we're at 6.175 today on a $400,000 loan. So guys, I'm telling you, this is amazing, and that's at max financing at 96.5 LTV. So I just want to remind everybody, it's a super great product for those reasons. And then I just want to say, like, if you have a client that's concerned about monthly payment, again, FHA has a lower interest rate, which means lower payment. If you have somebody who's concerned about cash to close, down payment, guess what? You can put less money down. And gift funds or gift of equity is permitted as well. So it's a really cool way to be able to save deals. And if somebody does have a few dings on credit, this is also a potential option. So awesome, and you should definitely be looking into it. The only place that these are not awesome is if they want a second home or investment property, or if you have a product or if you have a house that has and needs a lot of internal repair and you're not going to put it in a renovation. So just keep in mind, those are the couple carve outs. All right, let's move on to the next slide. Affordable products. I love affordable products, and we have one of the most impressive affordable lending suites in the country. And as we move to the next slide, I'm going to tell you all about it. So how affordable products can be helpful is that we can offer no and low down payment options. We have better and really awesome interest rates for people who qualify, zero down. And we also have first-time home buyer options that can be super helpful. We also have down payment assistance, state bond programs, and your local program in your particular state. We have programs in all 50 states. We have all 50 state HFA down payment assistance bond program coverage. Every single state we have that program, and in fact, we have multiple programs. So I have to tell you, this is one of the most impressive suites of affordable products I've ever had, and we are going to be able to get your deal done if you happen to have one of those. We also have 4 multi-state down payment assistance programs that are nationwide with 100% financing options. We have ones for people who maybe don't qualify for the local bond program but still don't have money down. We're going to be able to get that done because we have options with no AMI limits. And then we also have just shy of 400 standalone DPA and grant programs that you can layer on top of all of these. So in your particular market, if there's a borrower that needs one of these products or programs, or you're just looking for someone who's going to have everything you need when you talk to them, we're going to be that company for you. All right, so now let's cruise into the next, because there's more. Now, we've talked about our conforming, our government, our affordable programs, and now we're going to cover our non-agency and jumbo options. Now, I want to remind everybody that we have non-agency options that go all the way down to $100,000. So if there is something that's not eligible for any of those other products and programs, we have options that are going to make a difference and help get that done. In fact, we can do from $100,000 to $9.5 million loan amounts. We can do options with as little as 5% down, and we have a lot of flexibility here in terms of guidelines and things that we're going to be able to get done. Keep in mind, because we have many different options, you're going to be able to get a more complex deal through, or somebody that maybe has an unusual situation, because we have guideline flexibility from so many different options. We also are able to do as short as 11-day turn times on these. Like our average for these is 11.84 days, which is super impressive. We also have awesome features like cryptocurrency, doctor programs, RSU, if there's a specific RSU area, clean energy. We allow gift funds for reserves, business funds, delayed financing in the case that you've got a buyer who wants to be able to pay cash and then take the money out later. We can do condos and all kinds of different products and programs that maybe wouldn't be considered air quote non-warrantable co-ops. And I gotta tell you guys, like we can do purchase CEMAs and buy downs on all of these different products and programs. So I just wanna remind everybody that one of the benefits of coming to us is not only can you get that money fast, but we're gonna have a big, deep bench of options that are gonna help save loans, smooth that experience out so that you're not getting rejected at one place and then having to search around to different lenders, because we can do all the work for you in-house. It's awesome, and on our industry leading technology. So you're definitely gonna wanna check this out. All right, let's move to the next slide. Now, some of the different situations that we can help with are having as little as 10% down on loan amounts up to 3 million. Again, relocation products that where you need to get somebody moved quickly, we're gonna be able to do that. And like I said, cryptocurrency is an awesome way. We have flexibility for non-traditional assets such as new money, crypto, gift funds, all different kinds of ways to make that work. And we also have awesome non-warrantable condo and co-op options available for you guys today. So just think, if you want to make your life easy, get out your easy button and come and talk to us. Now, let's move to the next topic, which is one of my favorites, which are our non-QM products. So non-qualified mortgage is really just like a portfolio product. It is just a simple way of thinking about how you're going to say yes to a custom loan situation that's going to make life so much easier. So let's get into why you would be into this. So you have a borrower or somebody who maybe isn't going to qualify for a traditional mortgage. You need some flexibility with the income that we're going to be able to use. Maybe they have multiple different business streams, unique property types, or they are looking for something that functions a little bit more like a commercial loan or an asset depletion program. So we have a wide range of options that are going to be available. So we've got a fuller documentation program that's going to allow you to be able to get loans closed at better pricing for certain scenarios than you might find on prime or even on a conforming loan. So like amazing pricing with some of our different products and programs. And then we're also gonna be able to offer expanded guidelines like non-warrantable condos, condotels, all kinds of different cool features that just are different and something you don't see at a lot of different places. We also have bank statement loans, which is the perfect program for somebody who writes off all of their income through their CPA, and they've been told they can't qualify unless they claim more income and pay a bunch of taxes. And I'm here to tell you, This is a myth and it's not true. And we have a program that's going to allow you to qualify the borrower. Now, I want to remind everybody, these are not stated income. These are not light doc loans. I mean, we're gonna go through and make sure that these are well qualified cash flowing borrowers, which is why our interest rates are so competitive on these, because we just really put pride into making sure that we are putting people into good programs. We also have DSCR, which is going to be for investment properties, will allow the borrower to qualify on cash flow alone. No employment or tax returns required because it's an investment or underwriting the cash flow of the individual property. And then we have some really great programs that are designed for people who maybe have lumpy income, such as our 1-year W-2 and tax return program. And then we also have a 1099 program for self-employed borrowers who are like, it's just perfect if somebody's like converting from W-2 to 1099, asset depletion, which is always great, P&L programs if you have a bunch of different businesses and it's very complex, and then we have ITIN programs. So again, just great options for how we can do more and say yes to our borrowers. Let's pop over to the next slide. So we have some really great examples of the type of people who would benefit from this. So if you have somebody who's maybe self-employed small business owners, if you have independent contractors such as real estate agents and gig workers that are qualifying using 1099s, we have a way to qualify you based on your real income, not the taxable income. And then also really cool products for real estate investors. We have cash flow products that allow them to qualify on the property cash flow. And then also later, I'll mention our commercial real estate options. And then in addition to this, if we have somebody who say maybe has a job or they're in retirement or they just have a lot of assets and they want to use assets to help qualify as income, we can do that as well. And then if you have somebody who's maybe been denied somewhere else because they don't meet DTI requirements or don't have enough income, and they're self-employed or meet one of these other type of profiles we mentioned earlier, we're going to be able to come up with a solution for that as well, in addition to really cool terms like our 40-year program or our 40-year IO that lowers the payments for qualification purposes. So really great ways to help our realtor partners do what you do best, and that is to sell those homes. All right, guys, let's move on to the next slide. So if you were thinking that was unique, I'm telling you I've got more and I'm just getting started with this. So let's move on and talk about some of the cool things we have. So we also have residential commercial. So if you have real estate investors looking to do 5+ unit, ground up construction, or fix and flip lines of credit, we're going to be able to help you with that. We have short-term bridge loans where they can get access to the equity in the current residence when purchasing a new home. We also have a buy now, sell later program, which we absolutely love. So if you have somebody who wants to retain the house they're living in while they buy the other one, while they're waiting to close because they're in a hot market where it's going to sell fast, we have options for that, and reverse mortgages. And I got to tell you guys, I'm super into reverse because I don't know anywhere else that a borrower who's 62 and over can only put 40% down, move into a house, and never make another payment on it for the rest of their lives. But we have that, and it's super awesome and is such a great deal. All you have to do is make sure you pay your taxes. That's it. That is it, guys. So don't miss the opportunity to think about a really cool product or program like Reverse. And then we also have awesome in-house digital HELOCs, seconds, and even no ratio programs as well for limited income documentation. So guys, I want you to know we're going to make sure we can get your deal done, and it could be any type of scenario that we're going to be able to save. All right, let's move on to the next slide. So let's talk about some cost savings features. I really like these because I think they can be super helpful, and my favorite are going to be interest only. We're going to talk about 40-year terms, buy downs, and then another favorite of mine is prepayment penalties. And the reason I like these is because you're going to lower monthly payments, increase purchasing power, improve debt service coverage ratios or DTI, and improved cash flow. So these are just ways that we can really help save deals and do make sense features, and are not things anybody should be scared of when they see come over, or when somebody or prospective buyer is thinking about one of these, because they're such a benefit. And I'm going to show you here in a second why. Let's move on. All right, so one of my favorites is going to be a 40-year term and 40-year interest only. So guys, a 40-year term is such a cool program for somebody who's already going to end up in one of our non-QM products. And it's an awesome way, when it's paired with our interest only feature, to have monthly savings on these deals that's so big and so amazing. Like a borrower can save $444 a month. That's like a car payment, everyone, and is such a great feature, and really compounds into yearly savings that are awesome, and something you definitely want to take advantage of. And again, these are all some of our industry leading features and programs that we already have available today, and can just help with structuring deals. Let's move on to the next, my favorite, buy downs. So buy downs are a way to really help lower the rate for the entire term of the loan, or it could be a temporary buy down. So I think this is a great feature, especially if you've had a property that's been sitting on the market for a while. Like, you could do a 5% price reduction, or you could just do a buy down and offer a seller concession. And one of the benefits of this program is, like, you see, if we do the 5%, the monthly savings on a $375,000 loan amount is going to be $308 right now, right? And it's such an awesome feature, because that's for the life of the loan, and they're going to be able to have that forever. And when you start to put this on top of it, a larger loan amount, it gets even more, and it's like material, like $800, $900, $1,200 a month that the buyer is able to save in terms of that monthly payment. And it is such a great feature. So I really want to remind everybody that these are amazing ways. And then we also have a realtor facing program with these that are going to allow you to advertise below market rates. And so this is definitely something you're going to want to talk to one of our LOs about. It is called Rate Reduce Sell. We have Rate Reduce Temp, Perm, and Sell. And all of these different rate reduce programs are awesome, and really here to empower you in order to be able to offer awesome and sell properties, you know, at great prices, and still offer awesome payment options for various different buyers. And I think it's such a cool feature. All right, let's move on. Now, prepayment penalty. I want to remind everyone, such a large percentage of the market is closing investment properties on prepayment penalty. And prepayment penalty locks in a lower rate for the entire life of the loan. And so because they're locking in that lower interest rate for the entire life of the loan, in exchange for that lower rate, they just agree not to repay the loan in a term of either 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 years. And the longer they agree to not repay the loan, the bigger the savings that they get access to. So if you have somebody that's going to stay in the property for a while, or own that property for a while, this is a really cool program in order to help that property investor to qualify or to have savings. So this is something you definitely don't want to shy people away from if it makes sense. Now, if somebody's knows they're going to flip the property in a year or two, maybe they choose a smaller or shorter term. But guys, I gotta tell you, like, this is such a great feature. It is something that's super amazing, because it makes sense, right? Like, if you agree to not pay it off sooner, we're gonna give you a beneficial rate advantage on that, because it works for the investor, and it works for ultimately where the loans end up. So we don't want people to miss out on a super cool feature like this. All right, next slide. I appreciate this opportunity to go over all of these different topics today here at Agent Advantage, and I am excited to take some questions. All right.
Yes, thank you, Kate. Tons of good stuff. I like the word you used, a bevy of products. And why wouldn't you want to know about products that come with lower rates, lower fees, lower payments, closing fast? I see some roll through. Do we have any questions that we want to read to everyone or go over, Eric?
Mike,
Well,
batter up.
we've had some questions in the Q&A box. We've been able to answer all of these so far in there. One thing I wanted to ask, maybe Kate could speak to a little bit, is the use of non-QM loans and some of the advantages, that are kind of overlooked when purchasing maybe a second home or an investment property versus, say, agency. It's kind of a perception that non-QM is kind of a deal saver, but there could potentially be, an option for a, better priced and where that comes into play, maybe on a second home versus a Fannie or Freddie loan. Maybe you can speak to that a little bit.
I'd love to talk about that. So there's been a lot of changes that have happened with the FHFA and Fannie Mae, as there's been a lot of, or Freddie even, as there's been a lot of conversations about over the last couple of years about investment property pricing or things like that. And so it is actually a true statement that some of our other alternate non-agency products actually end up being a better deal for those borrowers, with better interest rates, better terms, and we're able to get them done quite quickly with less paperwork. So definitely something that you're going to want to say yes to. It's just common sense these days to be able to put them in the best price product that we have out there, and that's often one of these programs. And the other thing to keep in mind is if you have a property investor who's wanting to buy an investment property, we can do a debt service coverage ratio loan, and we're not going to get into that borrower's W-2 job or whatever their other thing is. We're only going to qualify them based on that investment property and look at the merits of the actual property and make sure it makes sense. And that's just a common sense way to structure a deal if you have a property investor who's buying a lot of different properties and programs. So definitely an option that people are going to want to take advantage of. And it lets us get deals done quicker with less headache for everybody. And honestly, the interest rates are better. So you definitely want to check those out. All right, what else, Mike?
Question just came in, and this might be a better question for Kurt or someone on the call. Do we have a real estate agent PowerPoint presentation like this available in RAC today?
Not this specific presentation. This is kind of hot off the presses, but this will be recorded. I see a lot of people are asking if this is recorded, and this can be shared. It'll be parked on the Agent Advantage YouTube page, and you can share it, but there's not a set presentation if that's what you're asking for.
This was brand new. We created it just for you guys today. So you're the first to see it.
And I know you covered lots, Kate, but what in your opinion are the ones that are the most commonly used or maybe the most underutilized based on the value that they provide?
I would say one of the most underappreciated products out there today is definitely FHA. FHA is an awesome program that has really competitive interest rates, and I think there's just a lot of people who think it's only for people, or buyers that maybe have dings on their credit and et cetera. And I think, that's just a myth. It's not true. And if you have a good conversation with one of our loan officers, they'll be able to let you know the type of borrower that you are getting a pre-approval letter for. And I think, when you see FHA and you've had a good conversation with one of our loan officers, you should absolutely lean into that, because we have awesome tech that's going to really change your perception of what that experience could be. And so I think that is definitely one of the most underutilized products and programs. And then the other one is definitely our expansive non-QM suite, and then probably reverse. And I think it's just because there could be a lot of different perception out there that maybe these programs are something that they're not anymore. And I would just love to point out to everybody, these are just really great ways in order to help people get into homes and really enjoy their retirement in the case of reverse, or, with non-QM, enjoy not paying taxes. And also still buy your home. So, it's perfect for small business owners. And I think these are just really cool programs for working class people, as well as those who maybe have a lot of assets or, a deep range of customers. So those are my favorites.
Yeah, reverse with so many people in today's market with
Yeah,
are at the correct age that have, so much equity in their home, and it's actually can be a great, retirement or, investing play as well.
agree.
Anything else? I see some rolling into lots of perfect presentation. Thank you. Options are great. Anything else we want to speak to before we let Kate go? We're exactly on time.
I know, right? We're right on schedule.
Yeah, I think one of the questions that has come in a couple times is, will they get copies of this presentation? It's been answered, but just to reinforce it, the presentation be posted on the Agent Advantage website, typically within, I believe, 2 days of the presentation. So this presentation will be available on the website there.
Yep, and everyone on the call who is here and registered, or even if you registered and you didn't make the call, I will send out a thank you recap, and that will include the recorded presentation. But yeah, I think this is gold. And Kate, thank you again. We always get such a great response and great engagement on your product webinars, and we hope to have you back sometime before the end of the year.
Looking forward to it, and thank you for the opportunity to talk about all the different ways that we like to make a difference in helping people accomplish the dream of home ownership. So thank you, guys.
Very good. And questions, email us, agents@rate.com. If you have questions about this presentation, what you would like in a future presentation, we're always looking for topics that agents want to know and learn more about, and we will bring the experts to you. So again, thanks for taking the time to improve and learn, and we hope to see you on a future Agent Advantage webinar. On behalf of Kate and the entire Guaranteed Rate family of companies, I'm Kirk Klaus. Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your day and a great year.